I sometimes laugh too much at the dumbest things, but I really am just trying to find the little bits of life while I can, to find something more. I always wonder about why I'm here and where I would be if it wasn't for XYZ. My thoughts run nonstop and people say I phase out a lot, that I have some stoner vibe. In this world, I believe truly is no room for judgment. After all, we share similar blood and we are in this whole life thing together. High school life has taught me the most about different backgrounds of people and how they have experienced life up until this point. For me, life is incredibly unpredictable, and I never thought that this would be where I would end up. These past years, I've been feeling like I want to find something greater. I chose this topic because I realized I have been in the same area my whole life. While I did travel to other cities and out of state with my family when I was younger, I was too young to fully appreciate what the world had to offer. I was never allowed to travel too far on my own either without an adult or a large group. I have my license now as well as other people to travel with. It would be much easier to travel and explore other areas. I want to understand other areas as I'm a very curious person of new places. What information I found to be most interesting was discovering all the different options and scenic areas available in other cities. There are a surplus amount of restaurants and forest preserves to visit. It is unbelievable. I also found there are other benefits of traveling, such as stress relief and self-discovery. As mentioned before, I was never really able to get out of Bartlett unless it was for family occasions. I want to take advantage of the opportunity while I have it. In this clip, I'm labeling each of the different cities that I plan on visiting during my project. When looking for these different cities, I wanted to make sure that they were places I have never been before and places that are of significant distance away from my house. As for how I actually plan on getting down to these different cities, I plan on taking my car for most of them. However, there are a couple of cities that offer the train as an option for transportation. Once I actually begin the project, I will choose a city to visit each weekend. I've already compiled a list of potential attractions to go to in these cities. However, I plan on being open to other options once I actually arrive at these cities. As I was looking for where to go in the cities, I looked for general areas of interest such as restaurants, forest preserves, historical museums, downtown areas, and other hotspots. The results are expected to me having more exposure and knowledge of what the world around me is like. I feel like it will also teach me a lot more about independence and being on my own to travel on the road. I want to fall in love with traveling on my own and not be so afraid of it. When I go off to college or land a job, I want to be able to look back on this project and remember to explore around and not just stay constrained to one area. As for actually documenting my experiences in these cities, there are a few methods I hope to use in my project. Old-fashioned and traditional journaling is one of the go-to ways to write about your experience. Little notes can be made along the way about the good and the not-so-good experiences I have. While it may not be as visual as the other methods, it will ensure that every piece of the memories are remembered and documented. Next, there is taking pictures. The option to take actual photographs using a high-quality camera is there, but for this purpose, since I do not own such camera, I am choosing to take pictures using a smartphone. The awesome part about using a smartphone is that the photos can be directly uploaded to social media, heads up Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. And they can be printed out for other purposes such as scrapbooking. I personally do not scrapbook right now, but I feel like this project would be more fun if I decide to make a scrapbook of photos and little things I get while traveling to these cities. Finally, actually marking areas on a map would be a cute way to show where I went to during my senior year. Who knows, I may be able to add more to it in the future, especially if I continue the trend of traveling, even if it's just in the state of Illinois.
You're insecure, don't know what